Welcome, friends, Retro Commodore Space Magic. Considering I've played so much Mario Brothers on the Commodore 64, I thought I'd try it out on the Nintendo, the original NES, to see if my Commodore 64 skills can translate to the NES. So let's give it a try. The sound is pretty similar. The controls feel a little different, especially with the jumping. I do like how in this version you can actually see the platform move when you bonk it. Bonk it being the scientific term here. So far, so good, I suppose. The Nintendo version is certainly decent, which you would both expect and hope, considering Mario Brothers is a Nintendo product. So far, the only real difference I'm noticing, like I already mentioned, is the jumping. The jumping mechanics definitely feel a little different. Now I'll try to use my standard Commodore 64 technique for collecting up the coins, which looks like it might actually be a little easier to do in this version once you get used to the jumping mechanics. A little extra bonus screen there, depending on how many coins you've collected. For whatever reason, it seems like the top half of the crabs are kind of flickery. I wonder if that's intentional, like if it's supposed to be a special effect. Flickery crabs! Well, it's certainly no secret that on all of the Nintendo systems, some of the best games are the first-party games. I know there's a version of this for the Atari systems too, like the Atari 800. Oh, drat. I'll have to give that a try sometime. In fact, I believe Atari was in charge of porting Mario Brothers to the Commodore 64. And if you would say the Nintendo version is sort of the standard to compare against, the NES version, then I would say that Atari has done a pretty good job, or did a pretty good job, of porting it to the Commodore 64. Whoop! Definitely taking a little bit of getting used to. So I don't expect to get to my highest level right on this first playthrough. Now, on the Commodore 64, I think the highest level I've gotten to has been level 15, maybe? So one difference in the jumping mechanics is there's more of a momentum system in place here, where if you jump from a standstill, you don't jump as far. Whereas I think with the Commodore 64 version, it doesn't matter that whether you're standing still or not, you always jump the same amount, the same distance. The moths also seem to not stay on the platform for as long. They seem to bounce along more quickly. Whoop. Those coins are just bouncing all over the place. We should be able to get this one, though. Or maybe not. I'm also not quite sure, but it seems like when you knock things over, they get up more quickly on the Nintendo version, the NES version. And right there, that was a good example of the difference in jumping mechanics, the difference in jumping speed. Okay, now let's once again try my patented technique for... Okay, well that just jumped right over the POW. No. That's not gonna work. I think another difference is the slippery floors are actually slippery in this version. And on the Commodore version, I don't think they are. Bonus points! Gotta love all them bonus points. And there's another version. On the Commodore 64 version, there are those little ice creature things, but they don't do anything to the platforms. Whereas obviously in this version, they make the platforms all icy. So let's give this another try. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Ow. Mr. Fast Turtle. Wha-pow. And wha-pow. Bonk. And bonkify. So in that first attempt we got to level 9, which I think isn't too bad, considering a combination of having some general experience with Mario Brothers, but this working differently. And I see that in this version, I'm not sure if it's the same in the Commodore version, but in this version, if you kick off multiple thingies in a row, you get bonus points. More bonus points. And I do love those bonus points. Perfect. I wonder why it makes that classic Nintendo pause sound when you start this level. Whoop! Can we get this one? Yep. Oh, them bonus points. Oh, huh. I don't think that's exactly the way you do it. So, all things considered, at least so far, as to which version I like, the NES version has nice graphics and nice animations. I like that. But I think I prefer the control scheme of the Commodore 64 version. That could just be because of my familiarity with it. Because that's the one I've played a lot. If maybe this would have been the one that I played a lot, then I would prefer this control scheme instead. I'm not sure. Wow, smack the heck out of that thing, you see that? Get up there. Phase 6. Sounds like some kind of band, singing group with people in it that sing. Scientifically. Boink. Boink. Either Mario is super strong, or these platforms are made out of rubber. Boink. So, hold on there. Stay behind that thing. Okay, it'll be coming through this pipe, but we have to get out of the way. And like that, and like that. Oh, there again, it's the jumping mechanics. So we need to use a slightly different tactic for doing the bonuses here. Okay, it looks like maybe that's gonna work. Look at that! That worked. Perfect! And that was on the second bonus stage. That's pretty good. Little bit of smack. And another little bit of smack. Well, another difference is how quickly those ice creatures move. In the Commodore 64 version, they don't move that quickly. They move at about the same speed as all the other things. Way! Slidey, slidey. Phase 10! Well, we're getting close to what I consider my standard. I consider my standard on the Commodore 64 to be Phase 12 or Level 12. That I always try to get at least that far when I play the game. Oh. If we can get past this level... Ooh, haha! then we'll be well on our way. Aha! Got that too. So now it should just be a matter of this one moth here. I think this is maybe another difference. I think Phase 11 on the Commodore 64 is mostly just turtles again. Or maybe that comes after Phase 12. Not quite sure. Might be after Phase 12. I do like that in general, all of the creatures move a little more quickly in this version, because in the Commodore 64 version, sometimes, oh boy, you have to spend a lot of time just sort of waiting around for things to get to a platform where you can do something with them. But in this version... Oh look, he's stuck. Or not. In this version, with the stuff moving around pretty quickly, then the things get to a point where you can interact with them again fairly quickly. Okay, now we're back where I like to be. A little higher up in the level, so you can access things a little more easily. Oh, ooh, whoa, whoa. So we'll get this one first. Jump over that one. Try to, and that. This one's about to get up. But we got it. So then that just leaves that one, and this one. Oh! Well, we did pretty well. And I would say that this Mario Brothers version for the NES does certainly feel a little different than the Commodore 64 version, but it's fun too. I could certainly enjoy playing more of this, and I probably will. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Liking and subscribing are great things to do. And tune in again next time for more retro fun.